The new 2024 TRP Tactile Response Pistol. This is a reiteration or a revamp of the original Springfield TRP. The Springfield TRP operator. There's a lot of cool new things on this pistol that are different from traditional TRPs from the past. Before I get too far in the video on the new TRP, let me tell you a bit about what we do here at RDR. We're a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in plate carriers, placards, a full line of canine gear, two-piece battle belts, EDC belts, and of course our Safari and holster mods, which we make an actual holster that fits the 5-inch 1911 with rail, with light, and if you have a red dot, we got you covered there as well. All of which you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. So, what's different about the TRP? Well, let me back up a little bit for some of you guys who may not know, and some of you guys out there who just think the 1911 is grandpa's gun or whatever. But I promise you it's not. The gun's 113 years old. It ain't going nowhere. It's here to stay. And if you actually take some time to get behind a 1911, either in 45 or 9mm, I think you'll be very impressed on how viable this pistol platform is in regards to a carry gun, range gun, etc. Don't discount the 1911 until you actually had some time on one. So the 1911 from Springfield, which is called the TRP, Tactile Response Pistol, is kind of the feature set hand-me-down, so to speak, of the professional model. I think it was late 90s or mid 96, 98, somewhere in that ballpark, there were a submission request to have a pistol made for FBI HRT. That pistol ended up being the professional model. That particular pistol did not have a rail in the gun. It was a non-railed pistol, and it was very, very well received. It was very, very popular, and they are very coveted today if you can find one. That led Springfield to release a little more of a custom shop / production gun that ended up being the Tactile Response Pistol. That pistol had a little bit more hand fitting, a little bit more TLC, and it came in a stainless non-railed model and a blued non-railed model. And the third model, which I've already done a review on, which I'll link here in the show notes, is the full rail cone barrel 5-inch Springfield TRP full rail operator. That one was slightly different because it had some different sights, and you'll see the review, and we talked about that as well. One of the things I noticed first out the gate with the new gun was the new badging. When you look at the old guns, this Springfield logo here was much, much larger. I really like this more subdued kind of micro stamping, so to speak. I think this is very sharp on the pistol because, as I mentioned, the other older Springfield markings here were larger, and the TRP was back here on the rear of the slide. And it would be marked on both sides here. Now the TRP logo has been moved. That's a little tiny micro stamp up here, which I think is very subtle, and I actually like it that it's not so big. Does it take away from the nostalgia factor of looking at someone's pistol and saying, oh, TRP, you knew that it was kind of a higher end built pistol, and that was something that they've changed going from the TRP markings here to the middle of the slide here. So my relationship with Springfield Armory, Chad, Stephanie, the marketing team at Springfield, they've been very good to me in the channel here. They have been very, very supportive of bringing product to the channel. When I have requested product to review, Stephanie's been very, very good to me, and I can't thank those guys enough over there. Prior to SHOT Show, all these pistols were sent out to different content creators. I did not have time to review it prior to SHOT Show. I did put some social media posts up, and if you remember those posts, they had the Springfield package, which was a Pelican case that was laser cut and all that. That was part of a media package. That is not what the guns are coming with. When I was at SHOT Show, I missed Stephanie there, so I emailed her, and she had explained to me that the box was part of media package. The guns are coming in 2 magazines, not 3. So that is something that you guys, when you do see my Instagram posts from prior, and you wonder why I'm not showing the box and all that here, because it's not relevant to the consumer side. That did not come, that box does not come with the gun. With that out of the way, we did receive the all blacked out model. This is the new blacked out Cerakote, which I think is super sexy because literally everything on the gun is color matched and blacked out. I really dig the styling of the pistol, and I like the Cerakote. Some guys are gonna say the blued. I just think the black stands out really well in regards to the new branding as well as the new VZ grips. We'll talk about those for in a minute, but the gun does look sharp, and then when you look at that smaller micro stamping, it looks super sharp. Let's talk about some of the features of the new 2024 TRP. So this is the 5-inch model. They make several variations of the pistol. So we have the 5-inch railed, and then we have a 5-inch non-railed. There's a 4 1/4, which I'm super stoked about because I'm working on getting a 4 1/4 gun because that's the commander length. 1911 is my very first carry gun. I bought an old Colt model pistol back in the day in my first gun shop. That was a satin nickel 70 series Colt that I carried for a long time. And then when I started working the EP side, I ended up getting a 5-inch non-railed Springfield Armory loaded model. That has some of the similar features here, but the Commander is a super cool feature, especially a Commander with all the TRP sauce on it. It's gonna be a very cool gun. There's a lot of guys who have that one as part of the review series, so you'll see a lot of those out there on YouTube if you're interested in that. The 5-inch gun is the blacked out version. It has the black on black, which I really like. If you look at the pistol compared to a blued gun, that kind of dull matte finish, I'm really digging how this gun looks, especially with the blacked out barrel and blacked out trigger and the VZ grips, which we'll get to here shortly. Very well done. 3/4 inch rail, front serrations, rear serrations. The new VZ Hydra grips, super tactile, very good in the hands. If you have soft baby hands, maybe like Christian does, this might be a little rough for you, but I really dig that extra texture, and it's very well done. The pistol has a 25 LPI on the front, as well as the mainspring housing on the back. 2-piece magwell here at the bottom. The blending on the magwell is very well done. The gun, how they're getting this level of fit, finish, the numbered parts internally, the overall aesthetics out of a production, non-custom shop gun is pretty dang cool. If you guys did not know, Springfield Armory, or SACS, the Springfield Armory Custom Shop, for the longest time built a lot of the fancier, higher end Springfield single stack pistols. The Springfield Custom Shop is no more, so these pistols all come from the production line, and these have quite a bit of fitting to them and are very well executed for being what normally you don't see with this level of craftsmanship, this level of accessories on a production level pistol. Normally a lot of this stuff comes from a gun that you requested those features on and you had it built that way. So one of the things I really do like are the new ledge sights. These are 3-dot sights, but you'll notice this ledge right here, and what the ledge does, it allows you to catch onto and activate that gun and rack that slide off a belt or garment, whatever. But the ledge sight versus the traditional Novak sight, I like a lot. So the gun shoots extremely well. Very clean shooter. I would have liked, and we're gonna talk about it, is the revamp of this gun, and some of you guys are probably gonna say at home, is that it's very similar to the old gun. It is. If you look at some of the features, it's a lot of aesthetics. It would have been nice to have these drop out the gate as red dot compatible pistols. That would have been super awesome. I still think that's coming. I still think that you're gonna see the 1911 TRP line in an RDS compatibility package, Because if you've watched my 9mm video on the Springfield Operator, the base gun, I did mention in that video that I felt a refresh of the TRP midline or mid-tier guns was coming, because I really thought they would come with a red dot compatible pistol. And I thought the TRP red dot would come 45 and 9. I did not expect to see commanders, but I really do like that they went commander, because I still feel a TRP commander 4 1/4 gun is nothing to sneeze at as far as a carry gun goes. That's a very viable carry gun. But I think before we see these getting all chopped up for red dot, we may see a newer variant of the 1911 DS Prodigy, and that I would like to see that gun come to market first before a red dot 1911 version, with that gun having maybe not TRP level fitment and quality yet, but maybe a loaded series where they've got maybe textured grip module. You know, we already have the red dot sight, maybe some different serrations on the gun. You know, maybe they can juice that 1911 DS up to have a little, like a, you know, more aesthetically features, maybe different colors, etc. But I would think that as the line goes forward, we're going to still see future variants of the 1911 single stack guns with red dot compatibility, probably in 45, 9, and probably 10 mil. But I would like to also see, which I think will happen maybe at NRA show, a variant of the Prodigy 2.0, so to speak, right? A next variant of that Prodigy pistol. All right, you guys, so magazines. I get this question a lot. The gun comes with 2 Megar magazines, 8-rounders, that are very, very well done in the pistol. No issue whatsoever. Sometimes you guys see me with different magazines and you've asked me before. These are just 2 samples of magazines that I normally use with all of my 1911 pistols. These are the Wilson combat mags. You'll notice here there's the cutout in the mag well and the front strap. This extra little bump right here, that's just a filler for the magazine, but these have the base pads. So what happens is that's just an easy way to ensure that you see that magazine. Normally when I would carry this pistol at work, I carried this in the gun, and Chip McCormick Power 10 magazine was my backup magazine. This was a taller magazine, it holds 10 rounds. And the reason this was my spare was it was much easier to grab that magazine out of the mag carrier and get that thing in there, because no matter what, I was not gonna not seat that magazine, right? I wasn't gonna try to shove a flush fit government magazine in there, etc. So these are the Power 10 Chip McCormick magazines. These are other Wilson Combat mags. There are multiple variants of this magazine, so make sure you get the right model. But if you're going to run a 1911, regardless, whatever, I highly recommend, you don't have to upgrade magazines. But I would say if you've got one of each and you use the magazines that came with your range magazines, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna run a, let's be honest, a low capacity handgun for any reason, matches, self-defense, whatever, having a bag full of mags, I think I'm probably got, like, over the years of all the guns, I bet I have 30 mags. So you just end up getting them. But anyway, that's an option, you guys. That is an upgrade option for you. The magazine the gun comes with are phenomenal. I've had 0 issues, 0 malfunctions. The Springfield lineup is always continuing to grow. Don't let the fact that these guns were sent to me influence this review. I've been a 1911 single stack connoisseur for many, many years. I have quite a few of these guns. But when you get one and you feel in your hand, you feel how well this frame to slide fit is, all the features that are on the gun, the new styling, the VZ grips, it is a very, very well executed pistol, and it looks very, very good. And it allows you guys now, if you're first timers to a single stack pistol, to really get one that fits you. Not everybody wants a light and a rail. So you have the classic model. You may not want the 5-inch, you have the 4 1/4 model. So you guys really, I urge you, if you are interested in a pistol of this caliber, this quality, hit your local gun shop, check it out. Availability on these. These are listed in a lot of my distributors. They're just not currently in stock. So I think their revamp is shipping now. You guys should probably see these here very soon in your local gun shops. So check that out. Hit up Springfield customer service if you have questions on availability. But don't count out the 1911. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's here to stay. As always, guys, if you like this content, turn notifications on, subscribe to the channel, interact with me, I'll interact with you. Until next time, be well, take care.